that's ancient Greece for you. In some cities you can just walk around and you stumble over something. Very nice. Morning. I've arrived at the last petrol station in Bulgaria, where the petrol is cheap. Had a nice ride, surprisingly, in Kenya. I just filled up, got myself some coffee and breakfast, and on my way to Greece. The border should be something like probably 10 kilometers away from here, and then new country. Heading for the Mountain of the Gods. Tell me more about that. I've made it to the hotel. Pretty good time. This was the last long day of riding until I hit Asia. I wanted to get Europe done quite quickly so I can focus on the areas where I haven't been. Just after 5 I managed to get to the hotel. Had a nice visit to Mount Olympus. Rode as close to the top of the mountain as I could get. And it was visible. Usually it's in the clouds, at least that's what I've been told. But this time bright sunshine and very good views of snow-capped Mount Olympus. Apart from that, not much happening. Checked into the hotel and it's pretty decent. I'll show you. Nice big bed, decent room with aircon and shutters to keep the sun out. And I've got myself a little bathroom, or quite a big one actually. With a sink, toilet and a bath if I want to use it. So, plenty of space for the next 3 days. Dinner is served here at 7:30, so got some time to kill. Waiting for the ferry, it's a good time to have lunch. Just the Greek dishes that I know: Greek coffee, souvlaki, kebab, some bread, and some cheese and some tomato. It's a good lunch. Just another 20 minutes and then I'm off to the ferry across to Evia. As we approach the port, you can see it's not much of a port. There are 2 ferries waiting and a few fishing boats. The locals use for their fishing. But the local use for fishing. I think since we're all almost there, I think since we're almost there, it's time that I head to the bike and get ready. The castle may be closed today, but the castle walls are still impressive. And what a nice hike all day up the hill. Now it's time to get some lunch. Let's enjoy this beautiful seafood platter. Shellfish, sardines, calamari, razor clam. The old bridge connecting Evia to the mainland of Greece. Welcome everyone to my last day on the continent of Europe, at least for a while. Leaving Greece today, taking the ferry out from Athens to one of the Greek islands just near the coast of Turkey, or Turkey as I should say these days. Spending the night on the ferry and one night on the island of Chios, and then it's on to Turkey. What else can I tell you for this morning? Visited the battle site of the second Greek-Persian War a few days ago, and today I'm going to Marathon. Everybody knows the Marathon, but it was the site of the first Persian Greek War. I think it was 490 before Christ. Not much left to see, but it's still interesting historic place to visit. Like the rest of the European trip, I'm visiting places where I've been, but not where I haven't seen what I wanted to see. So that's the island where I'm still at, of Evia, and it's some sites in Athens, in the Athens area, where I didn't go last time. Easy day of travel today. just 120 kilometers to get to the ferry, and I'm just taking my time and taking in some of the sights along the way. So I guess that's it for today. Pleasant weather, just over 20 degrees, nothing too hot yet, I should say. You never know what's going to happen at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Then just a day to chill. We are here at 2,500-year-old theater in the ancient Greek city-state of Eretria. It's one of the lesser city-states in the time of Athens and Sparta. I was hoping to get close, but it seems to be all fenced off. Still pretty. What you see here are the remains of the ancient temple of Apollo Daphnophorus. It's the second main site of the town of Eretria. I think, and probably we'll see some of those in the next few videos. There are more intact sites available. When visiting Marathon, of course you have to go to the Marathon Run Museum. That's where we're here, where there's a good history of all the Olympic marathon races, including the medal of the first winner. Of course there's a bit of romance to it when you visit Marathon to see what the history of the marathon run is. And I think fittingly they put up the museum here with loads of history on all the important marathon runs at the Olympics. Yeah, so inside here is the museum. Lots of flags, probably from countries where the Olympics were, or not sure actually what the flags are, or which flags there are. Inside there in the little building there's the museum, Olympic rings everywhere. Let's see from what this one is. Oh damn, it'll take a bit of reading to understand what it says. At least it says Hellas, I can read that part. Line all these. Yeah, nice little place here in town in Marathon, and now it's time to go to the Battle of Marathon. That's the next destination. This is the Athenian tumulus. Put up to mark the victory of the Athenians or the Greeks in the battle with Darius of Persia.
the battle, first of three, played an extremely important part in the establishment of Western civilization. And I guess that's the reason for going here. Philosophy in a Western way of thinking developed in Athens and later in Roman times, and that's the basis of later Renaissance, and I think that's still where we base our Western societies on. So this battle over here, where 10,000 Greeks defeated 20,000 Persians, was a very important part in creating the society that we have now. Maybe that's why we have democracy in the first place, which was born around the same period 2,500 years ago. I would like to say that you can sense history here, but really you can't. Even though it's an important place historically, and this is an important feature in the local landscape here. It is a tumulus, it is a burial mound, and there's a nice park around it. There's not much more to see than just the hill. It's still a very important place in the history of Western society. I think everybody in the world knows what that is. The Acropolis in Athens with the Pantheon on it. But that's not what I'm visiting today. I'm here for the Temple of Zeus. It's the one I haven't seen. It's been on the Acropolis, I think, something like 40 years ago. And I wanted to see one of the Athenian sites, and it's going to be a Temple of Zeus. Of course, it's still being restored, but you can see how big it was, or still is, with all these columns standing upright over there, one on the side, and this is a huge area. Looks like something like 100 meters. I think this is the best view we're going to get today of the Temple of Zeus. I'll probably zoom into that tank in Greece for you. Next up is going to be the port of Piraeus, where I'm going to catch my ferry to the island of Chios. In some cities you can just walk around and you stumble over something quite impressive. I was just heading back to where I parked my bike. It's straight across the street from here. And what do I see? A huge stadium with Olympic rings in the back. This is the first Olympic stadium of the first modern Olympics. Huge marble structure, seating something like 60,000. The running track, not our traditional 400-meter track, close. different angles. And wow, yeah, this is a nice surprise. I wasn't expecting this one. The last day in Greece, so I have to try something new as always. And that's smoked eggplant salad. Never had that before. Let's go for it. Very nice. Good smoky flavors, good texture. Good acidity. Yeah. Good dish. And my second dish. Some mash with veal. You want to?
Huh?
Smile.
Ah, in the camera. Είναι εντάξει εδώ αυτή. Τι θέλει. Θέλω τη φάω. Εντάξει.
It's an A. It's this one. I guess this is mine. I'm on the ferry and we're moving. It means I've left the European continent on my way to Asia. This is my cabin. 2 beds. Not sure yet if somebody will be joining me. The left one is mine. Hope to get a good night's sleep. Not much happening on board. Already had my dinner. Just doing some reading, and that should be it. Trying to charge my batteries. Can just have a little look outside, and we're actually moving quite fast. This is my window view. But yeah. Bye bye Europe. Asia, here I come.